Something that I have noticed and that I just have to point out as a crucial difference between the standard issue person who calls himself liberal or leftist or on the left, and the standard sort of person who would call himself conservative or on the right. And it's a situation that's peculiar, I think, to our day, our particular times. I don't think this was true in previous times, but it's definitely true right now in the mid 2020s. This is definitely true, and here is the crucial difference. If you are conservative or on the right, generally speaking, you can get along with people who are maybe 50%, who believe 50% of what you believe, or 50, 60%, maybe even less than 50%. If there's some crucial way, if they're liberal in most ways, but there's some crucial way in which they're dissenting from the liberal line, then you can see that person and say, hey, they're all right. We can do business. This is a decent person. We just differ on some things, but at least he's standing firm on issue X. Okay. On the left, the exact opposite is true today. On the left today, you can agree with, let's say there are 20 issues that are thought of as being part of what it means to be liberal. You have to believe this, and this. You can agree with the liberal line on 19 of those 20 issues. But if you are a dissenter on even one of those issues, then you are a traitor to the left, according to people on the left. You are not a true liberal, according to so-called true liberals. And there's no greater example of that. There is no greater example of that than J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling, who is on the left in every single possible way, who agrees with the accepted leftist line in every on every issue that you can think of, except for one. And because she's not with y'all on that one thing, you hate her, you despise her, and you want to kick her out of the club. She's not one of you. She's not a true one of you, because she doesn't think that trans women are women, properly speaking, and she doesn't think that biological men should play women's sports, and therefore she is a traitor and bad and evil and rotten, and she's and basically far right. And when I use the term far right, I mean, that's something that's so saturated in the media right now, it's not even funny. The use of the term far right and the elasticity of that term. And I noticed, this was something I noticed several years ago, and it's still, I think, true today, that you could be, again, liberal in just about every way. Liberal on LGBT, liberal on abortion, what have you. But if you're not in favor of mass immigration, I mean, if you're not just completely in favor of immigration from the third world in as many as voluminous a number of people, of third worlders as possible. If you're not full-throatedly behind the third world invading the West and demographically displacing the West, if you say, maybe we should let up on that a little bit, some of them should maybe come, but maybe some of them shouldn't be here. Maybe we should beef up our borders a little bit. Then you're far right. Then you're out of the club. You're out of here. This is the attitude of the left. You're with them on everything, or you're with them on, or you're just not with them. You're not one of them. That's not the attitude of people on the right today. People on the right, welcome those who came from the left and who are dissenting in this way or that way. They welcome them into the fold. And I'm not saying this is a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just observing that it's a true thing. And I guess it would be a little disingenuous for me to say that, I do think there's a greater degree of tolerance for on the conservative side today than there is on the left side. I'm sure it hasn't always been that way, but that's very much the case right now. And yeah, I think that does make people on the right or who at least don't define them, if they don't define themselves as right, at least don't define themselves as left. That's another thing. If you don't, say I am on the left, if you don't just repeat their mantras, like Shoe on Head was saying in her latest video, like there's some, I don't know, I'm too old to know about this stuff, but there's some cute Asian streamer girl, and somebody asked her to say to condemn ICE, and she said, "Look, I don't want to talk about politics. People don't come here to hear my political opinions on things. I'm going to stay in my lane." And she got just annihilated with abuse, just because she didn't say what they wanted her to say. They were saying, how hard is it to say fuck ICE? Just say fuck ICE. That's all you have to say. Fuck ICE. And it's like, okay. Do you not see how, I said that, I said a moment ago that this is just how things are. I'm not, and that is the primary thrust of this video. I'm not trying to, evaluate which is better or which is worse. I'm just trying to say these are, my primary thing is just to say, here's a difference between the way the right is today and the way the left is today. But I've got to say the left, y'all come across as pretty insufferable a lot of the time, if any of you happen to be watching this, because you insist that no one can just be, because silence is violence. Remember that one? Silence is violence. If you don't speak out against what we want you to speak out against, if you don't spout the slogans that we want you to spout, then you are a part of the problem. Do you see how that turns people off when you come across that way? This isn't concern trolling, because I don't have any concern for y'all. So, but I'm just trying to point this out, and maybe if you're listening, if any of y'all are listening, a couple of you will hear what I'm saying. Anyway, that's just something I wanted to observe.